Today is day 5, and it's probably the worst I felt yet. It's like it's like an unexplainable feeling, but it just makes me really depressed. I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel this way. I doubt, I don't know. It just makes me think, I know it's not right or real, but it makes me think that the way I feel right now is how I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. And so it just makes me want to give up. I can't really imagine doing this for a couple more days. It seems like really unfair. Today is June 24th, 2017. Today is my first day without methadone in a while. I mean, yeah, I've missed doses here and there, but this is actually I'm not taking methadone anymore. It's kind of sudden. I went to the doctor's appointment yesterday. Didn't really expect it to happen that quick. So yesterday I wasn't really aware that it was my last day taking methadone or anything. But there's never going to be a right time or perfect time to get off. So I just had to kind of go with it. Plus, this doctor was willing to do some unconventional methods that I know is going to help this detox be a lot easier and smoother. So to get on Suboxone, normally I could not take methadone for 7 to 10 days, which is a long time to just kind of go through it. But this doctor instead suggests, because a methadone takes so long until you can take Suboxone. So instead, if you stop methadone, start taking Oxycontin or Percocet or any other type of opiate. Once you're addicted to that, in a sense, then you only need 24 hours until you can take Suboxone. Plus, by still having an opiate hitting your brain, your withdrawal isn't as painful. It's a bit smoother. She's also prescribing lithium, which is a bigger benzo. So with that, marijuana and edibles, I should be okay. It's just still nerve-wracking, and of course I think everything is going to be painful, but I'm going to try and tell myself it's not going to be that bad. Okay, so I just got home. It's almost 2 p.m. The last time I took methadone was yesterday around 10:15 a.m. So I'm about to take some oxycodone. So I'm going to take, these are 5 milligrams, so I'm going to take 2 of these now, even though it's mostly Tylenol. And then this is lithium, which I'm supposed to take at bedtime, it's saying. So I might hold off on taking this until I feel like I really need it. Right now I just feel sluggish, clammy, sweaty. My legs aren't hurting me yet. I think what's going to be harder for me is the back pain, because it hurts to extend my back, but then if I lay down for too long it hurts even more. So it's going to be hard to kind of rest because of my back. So, but then when I stand up, I don't want to stand up. So it's kind of this hard thing to kind of get comfortable. That's going to be the hardest thing, is to get comfortable. So yeah, we'll update in a bit. So today is day 2. Yesterday really wasn't that bad, but methadone does have a half-life. Today I woke up, my legs are killing me, my eyes are watering. I just don't feel well. I feel like I just want to stay in bed. I just feel like shit. And hopefully I should feel a bit better. So realistically I can take another 4 pills today. I should take 2 more around lunchtime, and then, well, it's lunchtime now. 2 more later, and then 2 more around nighttime. But we're supposed to go to New York City today. So I feel like shit, so I don't want to work out. Okay, let's get dressed. Today's day 2, and yesterday actually wasn't as bad as I thought, I'm pretty sure because they prescribed me opiates that my detox isn't going to be as bad as I expected, which is awesome, exclamation point. Since I've gone cold turkey so many times, especially in jail, in my mind I'm expecting it to be like that, the worst possible sickness, exclamation point. So when I have these expectations that it's going to be that bad, when in reality I have comfort medication, it's almost like a surprise, exclamation point. I feel really grateful that it hasn't gotten that bad yet, but then again, I'm only on day 2. It's about 7 p.m. I'm getting more and more clammy, more and more uncomfortable. My legs are starting to really ache. I feel like really sluggish. My back hurts probably more than anything, which is really hurting and bothering me. I'm not used to feeling like back pain like this, so it's not fun. It's hard because I don't want to feel this way, but I have to think of like temporary pain. I don't know, then my mind just starts running and thinks, well, what if I get on the Suboxone and the pain's still there? And I can't like function with this type of pain. It's like really bad. I just feel really uncomfortable. I can't get like warm enough, and then I get cold, and then I'm hot, and I don't want to just lay in bed because I don't like just like doing nothing. Plus it's actually hurting my back to lay in bed. I really couldn't sleep last night. I kept like tossing and turning. My legs were killing me. It just kind of sucks because every time I take the 2 Oxycontin 5 milligrams, so every time I take 10 milligrams of oxycodone or Oxycontin, whatever, within 20 to 30 minutes I feel fine. Like, not fine, but like functional fine. But then those only last for a few hours, and then I feel like shit again. And I feel like if I was on a higher dose of methadone before, because I was only on 38 milligrams, like let's say I was at 150, and I decided to just do this detox, the 10 milligrams of oxycodone wouldn't do shit for me, because my receptors would be expecting more. You have like opiate receptors, serotonin receptors, all of that. So, I mean, I feel lucky that I have that, but at the same time, I know that I can't just keep taking these all week. I know eventually I won't be able to take anything. So today, I go to see the doctor in an hour and a half, and, she said she was, like, I wasn't, like, meeting her. She said she was just leaving a prescription. Now, whether they're only going to give me, like, 2-day prescription, because obviously I'm an addict, so they're not going to give me, like, 60 Oxycontin pills, you know what I mean? So, it'll be interesting to see if the prescription is the same or not. It was kind of interesting, though, because when I did go to the doctor, all I said was that I was on methadone looking to switch to Suboxone, She told me that this was an unconventional method, but that it's had success in the past. So I went with it. But she had no proof I was on methadone, or they took my urine, but they wrote me the script and I walked out of the building before they even tested it, so I found that kind of interesting. But I'm sure they would just deny me now, you know what I mean, if that was the case, so I guess it's not really that bad. Okay, continuous of day 3. I am at my doctor's office. I'm about to get my next prescription. I've been only getting a few days supply at a time, so this is my second time here. I'm also going to be doing a urine. Obviously I can't film inside, they would freak out. I took my opiates this morning, so I still feel okay. So I'm wondering if the prescription is going to be the same or less, so let's go find out. Okay, so I have clonidine, which is for restless legs, Librium for anxiety, and oxycodone for pain withdrawal symptoms. I mean, yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's really, really uncomfortable. And it's hard for me to really give a fair assessment. Like, the whole point of me wanting to, you know, record all of this was to show people that, was to more deter people to get on methadone, to be honest, because I feel like in America it's all a money scheme. You know, they want to have you go to sit with the doctor and they say, oh, you want to get upped? Oh, you're having cravings? We should up you. We should up you. We should up you. And before you know it, you're like at 200, 300 milligrams, and then it's going to take you 8 to 10 years to get off. So I wanted to show that getting off is bad and painful, and think twice about getting on methadone. For me, I never, ever wanted to be on methadone, but I tried everything. 17 rehabs. I went to go to Ibogaine. I tried methadone in the past. I tried Suboxone in the past. The thing is I'm doing a very unorthodox detox. So I'm taking 10 milligrams of Oxycontin 3 times a day, right? There's been moments, yeah, where I'm like screaming, and not screaming, but like just in agony, like, and like, you know, just feeling really hot, really cold, really irritable. Like, sleeping was fine, but then I woke up starting at 5 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to stand. I couldn't do anything. Like I said, I compare it to being in jail when I was on methadone. When I came back to America, like, what was that, 2 years ago? When I came back to America 2 years ago and got arrested at the airport, I was denied methadone the entire time I was there. Even though I had a prescription, even though I had the methadone on me with a prescription, pill form, everything, pieces of paper that said I was allowed to have it, they refused. So in comparison, this is a piece of cake. But doing it cold turkey or doing it a different way would have been a lot harder. Now, just because I'm saying it's easy doesn't mean that it's uncomfortable or that I don't want to give up at certain times. But I remind myself that if it was a different way, and if this was, you know, I don't know if I could have gotten through it. Like, if it was all by, like, different means of withdrawal. I have no desire to use heroin, but I honestly feel like I'm at a point where I'm done in my life with that. I have a lot going on. I have a lot to live for. I never had that in my addiction. For the first time in my life, I feel like I have my niche. I have a calling. I have a future. I have people depending on me. I've promised people things, and I don't want to fuck that up. So today is July 1st, 2017. I took my last comfort medication for my transition from methadone to Suboxone about 2.5 hours ago. I'm about to start going through the worst withdrawal so far. I'm not going to have any comfort meds for the next 24 hours. And the power has gone out on my farm a few hours ago. And I hear generators outside, but we do not have a generator. We have no idea when the power is going to come back on. This is an old farmhouse. It gets really hot, so we've had to come down here and light everything by candlelight. it's just like when you're detoxing, you really need like something to distract yourself, like watching TV, and you really are bedridden, and it's like, this is not going to be fun, and there's no way I'm going to be able to drive to a hotel tomorrow in the state that I'm in. So hopefully the power will just come on sometime in the middle of the night. But from here on out, the next 24 hours is going to be pretty brutal. But in 24 hours, I will be on Suboxone. Today is July 3rd, 2017. I've now officially completed over a 10-day detox from methadone, and yesterday was, well, last night was the first time I was going to take Suboxone. I didn't film it because I was super nervous that I was taking it too early. I waited 18 hours. I was told to wait anywhere from 12 to 24. However, in the past, I've taken Suboxone too early, and I've gone into immediate withdrawal. So, I mean, it was kind of like everything was put down in case I had to be rushed to the hospital just to be kind of put under, because there's just no way I could have gone through even more withdrawal that was even more intense after 10 days. But surprisingly enough, I took it and I felt amazing, better. My skin feels alive. I feel more alert. Things are sharper. It's hard to explain, but I've been using opiates, or my opiate receptors have been being hit since I was 16 years old. So when that's not really happening to like a functional level, I literally do not know how to function, which is really scary, and I hate being reliant on a drug. However, one thing at a time. So I am about to take my Suboxone for today. Now I am actually prescribed 2 of these a day. However, I'm going to start with just one. I noticed yesterday when I took the 2, my back and neck pain and knee pain was diminished, so like a lot. So that's quite comforting to know. However, I don't want to take Suboxone long term. What I like about Suboxone is I can kind of taper myself off as well. There's just a lot going on in my life right now. So yeah, I could take a week to transfer over from methadone to Suboxone, but getting off everything completely would take a couple months for me to adjust, and I would really need some quality self-time, and honestly, I'm just not there yet, and that's okay. And you don't ever have to force yourself into a situation to do something that you aren't fully ready to do. I went to rehabs, I think 17 or 18 times. I knew I was never ready to get clean, but I kept trying, and really I wasted a lot of people's time, money. I took up a bed for some people who really needed it and wanted to get clean, and I was just fucking around. So from what I like in my experience, don't force it, wait for the right time. So the thing that I hate about Suboxone is the taste. These are the strips, kind of like those Listerine strips back in the day that you'd put on your tongue and they would dissolve. Well, it's a similar theory, except you put this underneath your tongue and let it dissolve. Now it's got that artificial orange taste, and oh, great. I absolutely hate the taste of this. I mean, it does literally make me vomit. I have vomited in the past because of this taste. You are supposed to let it sit under your tongue, no water, nothing, until it is fully dissolved, which usually takes about 10 minutes. By going under your tongue, it's then absorbed into your bloodstream. Usually hits you within 15 minutes. So once it goes under my mouth, I can't talk. I almost vomit. I very rarely ever let it fully dissolve, which is bad, but I literally just can't take the taste of it. It's so bad. So here we go. Ugh, it's just so disgusting, the taste. Thankfully, because it tastes so bad, that'll just make me want to get off of it even sooner. So I took the Suboxone while I was doing my makeup. Now I feel amazing, wonderful, back to normal. It's hard to explain, but like my skin feels normal, everything feels normal. I have energy, I'm alert, I'm focused, I'm driven. I'm excited for today, and thank God I'm feeling back to normal and just even better than normal, like just good, especially after the past 10 days. It's a relief to feel good. So excited for today.